If your cat sleeps with its eyes half open, here's why. Cats are creatures of instinct, shaped by thousands of years of evolution as both predators and prey. Many of their behaviors that seem strange or mysterious to humans are actually the result of survival strategies deeply rooted in their biology. One behavior that often surprises cat owners is when a cat sleeps with its eyes partially open. At first glance, it may look unsettling, as if the cat is awake or watching something invisible. However, this phenomenon is not unusual and usually reflects the complex balance between rest and vigilance that defines feline nature. To understand why a cat may sleep with its eyes half open, it helps to look at the way cats evolved. In the wild, cats are both hunters and potential targets for larger predators. This dual role requires them to remain alert, even during periods of rest. Unlike humans, who tend to sleep deeply for long stretches, cats are light sleepers for much of their rest cycle. A typical domestic cat sleeps between 12 and 16 hours a day, but much of this time is spent in a state that resembles a light nap rather than deep sleep. During these lighter stages of sleep, a cat's senses remain partially active. Their ears may twitch toward sounds, their whiskers may respond to air movement, and their eyes may remain slightly open. This allows them to react quickly if they sense danger or an opportunity to hunt. Another reason a cat may appear to sleep with its eyes half open involves a special anatomical feature known as the third eyelid, or nictitating membrane. This thin, translucent layer sits in the inner corner of a cat's eye and can move across the surface to protect and moisten it. When a cat is relaxed or sleepy, this membrane sometimes becomes visible, especially if the eyes are only partially closed. To an observer, it may look like the cat's eyes are open, when in fact they are resting comfortably. The third eyelid functions almost like a protective curtain, allowing the cat's eyes to remain shielded while still maintaining a degree of visual awareness. Cats also experience different sleep stages, similar to humans. There is a lighter stage of sleep, and there is also REM sleep, the stage associated with dreaming. When a cat enters REM sleep, you might notice small movements, such as twitching whiskers, flicking ears, or subtle paw motions. Interestingly, during certain transitions between these sleep stages, the eyelids may not fully close. This is particularly common in cats that are extremely relaxed and feel safe in their environment. In other words, a cat that sleeps with its eyes partly open might actually be demonstrating trust and comfort, knowing it does not need to be fully vigilant. Environmental factors can also influence this behavior. Cats that live in quiet, secure homes often allow themselves to sleep more deeply than those in noisy or stressful environments. However, even in a safe home, the instincts inherited from their wild ancestors remain strong. A slight opening of the eyes allows the cat to maintain awareness of movement or light changes around them. This small gap acts as a bridge between sleep and alertness, ensuring that the cat can wake instantly if needed. Age may play a role as well. Kittens and older cats sometimes show this behavior more frequently. Kittens are still developing their sleep patterns and neurological control, which can lead to unusual sleep postures or partially open eyes. Senior cats, on the other hand, may experience subtle changes in muscle relaxation or eyelid control, which can make it more common for their eyes to remain slightly open during sleep. In most cases, this is perfectly normal and does not indicate any health problem. However, there are rare situations where a cat sleeping with its eyes partially open could signal a medical issue. If the eyes appear dry, irritated, or if the third eyelid remains visible even when the cat is fully awake, it may suggest an underlying condition such as dehydration, infection, or neurological imbalance. Likewise, if the cat shows additional symptoms, such as lethargy, appetite loss, or unusual behavior, it is wise to consult a veterinarian. Fortunately, in the majority of cases, partially open eyes during sleep are simply a harmless quirk of feline physiology. Another fascinating aspect of this behavior relates to the bond between cats and their human companions. Cats that feel secure around their owners often choose to sleep nearby, on a couch, on a chair, or even on their owner's bed. When they do this, they may allow themselves to relax deeply while still keeping a faint awareness of their surroundings. The half-open eyes can therefore reflect a delicate balance between trust and instinct. The cat feels safe enough to rest, but remains subtly connected to the world around it. For many cat owners, noticing their pet sleeping with its eyes half open can feel eerie at first, almost as if the cat is watching something unseen. Yet, understanding the biological and evolutionary reasons behind this behavior reveals that it is simply part of what makes cats such remarkable animals. Their bodies are designed for efficiency, allowing them to shift from rest to action in an instant. Even during sleep, their senses are never completely switched off. In the end, a cat sleeping with half-open eyes is usually nothing to worry about. It is a small glimpse into the remarkable survival instincts that still shape modern domestic cats. What might look strange from a human perspective is actually a perfectly natural adaptation that has helped cats survive for thousands of years. By observing these subtle behaviors, cat owners gain a deeper appreciation for the quiet intelligence and instinctive awareness that define their feline companions. The next time you notice your cat napping with its eyes partly open, it may simply mean your pet is doing exactly what nature designed it to do, resting peacefully while staying just alert enough to respond to the world at a moment's notice.